Do you think East 10 will be good? I know it's coming out on the 13th. It's coming out on during the fall of this very same year. The version you're speaking to that will be released on the March 13th. I think it's the Asian version on PC alone, not console version. I don't know if that version is gonna have English subtitles or what the hell. Haven't learned. I don't know a lot about it. There's been a lot of confusion because of that very same version. A lot of people think it's a North American release. No, it's not apparently. I used to think it was a North American release, that first we were gonna get it on the March 13th, but no. Apparently no, that's the Asian version. Freaking confusing matter here. It's weird. But as to the first question, I think it will be great. I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that you only have one party member. I mean, for the past, what has been like 10 years or more, 15 years or so, the E series have had numerous party members to play as. For the longest time it was just Adel. You could only control Adel, whatever you want to pronounce him. And then from East 7 we got party members now, including Doggy, the only game in the series where you can control Doggy. It was a great game. I think it was like 6 party members, 6 different playable characters. And then we got the remake of East 4, which was named Memories of Salsetta. Fantastic remake, also with numerous party members there. East 8 was the same, East 9 was the same. But now East 10, there's only going to be Adel and the other girl. Only one party member, so 2 party members to control. Okay, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I don't think it's a step in the right direction. I think they should stick to the formula of including several party members, not just 2. Man, at the very least 3, right? So we can continue with the formula of using one character to exploit the weaknesses of other enemies, or character that is strong against certain types of enemies, and then switch to the other instantly when they're not, or where they are. So now we're gonna have only 2 party members. Okay. From what I've seen in the trailers and all the gameplay footage and blah blah blah, you know, the game looks fantastic. The game looks awesome. The fact that you only have 2 party members doesn't really seem to matter. But still, you know, I would have preferred an East game with more party members, not just 1. Okay, besides Adel. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea, but I mean, how many RPGs are there where you have no party members, or where you only have 1 or 2 party members and they're excellent, right? So I still have hopes that the game's gonna be very interesting and awesome, as always. Well, as mostly always, as most of its recent predecessors have been. Let's leave it at that. And yeah. I'm just concerned about the fact that there's no party members except for the girl, but I don't know, if the game's combat is awesome, you won't hear me complaining that much about it. Graphically speaking, the game looks like a very small upgrade to the previous East games, 8 and 9. Colors and graphics and visuals look beautiful and stunning and whatnot, but it's like, it's 2024. I know the game was released in 2023, last year. But it's Falcom, so we can't be too harsh. We can't be too demanding, you know, with the graphics and say, hey, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looks better, Persona looks better. Come on, man, it's Falcom. Okay, and they aren't freaking Millionaire, right? So the graphics look great. And I've listened to some of the soundtrack already, and it's just as great. I think I prefer the ones on East 9 and 8, but we're gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to play the game. I think a song can be appreciated outside of the game if you listen to it, even if you haven't played the game yet. But it just makes a bigger impact when you actually listen to it, while playing the game. I mean, it's just more iconic and more like this town theme right now from Memories of Zelzeta. Best fucking town theme of all time, in my opinion. I don't think I would have liked it that much if I hadn't listened to it while playing the game. So I'm gonna have to play the game to really judge the music. So yeah, that's it. I think the game is gonna be great. All right, so check this out. Check this fucking baby out. Thank you, Matt, for sending this gift to me. Check this baby out, man! Persona 3 Reload Aegis Edition. Ooh yeah, man! PlayStation 5 version. Wow, I've been playing this all week. All freaking week. I could have played all of the other games that I've never played before. They're completely brand new to me, but instead I chose to delve into one of my favorite video games of all time, which is Persona 3. Yeah, so do an unboxing of Persona 3 Reload on the PlayStation 5 Aegis Edition. Well, this is the sleeve. Okay. Just the sleeve. So let's see it. Just the box of beautifully looking Aegis in there. She's my favorite character in Persona 3. And one of my favorite video game characters of all time. Yeah, I'm that much of a fan, that big of a fan. Yeah. Yeah, right? And the rest of the cast in there. It says something in there. Protagonist, Yukari, all the character names. There we go. So, it's a box like this. You open it up. And of course you got the game that I have it separately because I've been playing it. It comes here. You can see it, right? Yeah, you can. So it's just the game. Alright. With the DLCs that I mentioned. I'm not sure if these DLCs are available on the standard version, but here they are. You come inside. Here is a soundtrack. I think it's the full soundtrack. Yeah, I haven't opened it yet. I'm that kind of person who never opens these kind of trinkets. You know, I probably never will. But I kind of want to see what's inside, how it looks. Well, it's probably just a couple of CDs, right? Yeah, but apparently it's the entire soundtrack, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of the soundtrack, so now I own it. So there's some protection here. And then there's this huge art book, comic size. It's not that huge. I mean, it's large, but it's not that huge. Probably what, like 60 pages long? Yeah, 60 pages long. Let's take a quick look at of it. You know, some character profiles. Yeah, there's Shinji right there. Alright. Some drafts of the positions and the faces and the expressions, some art that you see whenever a specific character gives the final blow to an enemy. This is what you see after the battle is over. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, some more artwork in there. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a hard cover though. You know, but it's shiny. Good looking art book. And finally, the Aegis figure. The one you've been waiting for. And that's it, there's no more. Damn, I ran out of space. Anyway, here it is. Sorry about the noise. So here is Persona 3 Aegis figure. You can barely see her. Freaking camera. You can barely see anything, yeah. I'm not gonna open this. I'm that kind of guy. I am that person who never opens anything inside their special editions. What intrigues me is that the back of it is in Japanese. Okay, but it's a good size. You know, it's a good size. Yeah, it's too dark in there. We have to see it in the light. Yeah, that's awesome, man. She looks really detailed, almost exactly like the character herself and like her 3D model. Oh man, I can't believe I own a figure, an Aegis figure. I mean, I'm so happy. Anyway, that's the unboxing, everybody. Persona 3 Reload. Great, beautifully looking special edition. Comes with the classic art book and soundtrack and the figure itself. But I'm not opening it. That's it. What about Reynatis? Now I gotta know, what the hell is Reynatis? I think I'm confusing it with a NIS America game. Reynatis. Yeah, that's the one that's gonna be published by NIS America during the fall. Fall 2024. Yeah, that's the one that I saw. I was checking out the NIS America website last night. And I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know about this game. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. It looks interesting. Definitely interested. Probably gonna... Oh, it's also... Furio is involved in there. But NIS America is gonna handle the game, so... Probably ask him for a review code and see what happens. But we're... like 7 months away from that. SMT or Persona? Which do you find stronger as a mainline whole? Obviously... Well... The first thing we gotta consider about SMT is that SMT became... I mean, SMT game came first. 1987, Mega 10 was created with Digital Devil Story. So, and Persona was born as a spin-off. The first titles were considered as spin-offs, and now, after the success of Persona 3, it became its own series, right? So, but me personally, you know, forget about the fact that one series was a big part of the other one, and it exists thanks to the other one. Came out branched out from the other one. I think I prefer SMT. Sure, Persona games are a little bit more addictive to play because they are designed to be like that. So you have a wide variety of gameplay mechanics to interact with, right? But I think I like SMT more because I prefer the storytelling in SMT. I prefer the music in SMT. I prefer the edginess and the darkness seen in SMT. Well, the Persona games focus on high school students, and they focus a lot on that, on their life. They're pretty much high school simulators, right? Life in high school simulators. Whereas SMT, you do have several games with high school students as protagonists, but it doesn't focus on that. Focus more on the war, on the philosophical and political war between demons and angels and humanity involved in the middle. So I find that more interesting, and there's also different routes and endings, more routes and endings in the SMT series than in the Persona series. Persona series are pretty much linear games, no matter what you do. You only get like a slight different variation of an ending depending on who you bond with. And SMT, I mean, there's different outcomes and shit, and I'm a sucker for that. So, and overall, the battle mechanics are the same, but I do prefer... I really like the demon negotiation in the SMT series, and Persona doesn't really have that. Persona 3 doesn't have that. Persona 4 doesn't have that. Persona 5 had something similar, which I liked, but you know, SMT, the demon negotiation is SMT, Shin Megami Tensei alone. It's better there, and it's awesome there. Well, but one thing that I like a little bit more on Persona is that in Persona, you have like human. I mean, what? Forget about human. You have party members, and you interact with these party members. They have character development, whereas in the SMT games, it's just you and other characters that do get development, like in Apocalypse, for example. But your party members are just random demons that never talk, right? So it's like having a generic party. So in that area, I think I like Persona a little bit more, but in everything else, I prefer Shin Megami Tensei. Almost any Shin Megami Tensei game, not all of them, but most SMT games I prefer playing them, including spin-offs, than Persona. But now, SMT Mainline versus Persona Mainline. Okay, so there's only been 6 Persona Mainline games so far. Persona 1, Innocent Sin, Eternal Punishment, 3, 4, and 5, right? So there's been 6 mainline games. And how many SMT mainline games have been there? Only 5. And we got the first one for phones, and I didn't care much for it, to be honest. And It was originally released on the Super Famicom, and it did not age well. It's horrible to play for me personally. I don't like it. I don't like the first game. It desperately needs a remake, not just a remaster or port or release. No, a remake. Same with the second one. The second one seems to be better. It's pretty beloved out there. I haven't played it because it's Japanese only. Sure, it's fan translated, but I've seen the graphics and I've seen gameplay, and it's just like the first one, and I don't think I'm gonna like it. Sure, I'm missing out the story and whatever, you know, but that gameplay is just really horrible. And then there's Nocturne, which is an excellent game. There's 4, which is an excellent game. There's Apocalypse, excellent game. 5, excellent game. So, and the Persona, the first one is trash. The PSP remaster is better, but I still don't like it. Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment are great games, but they desperately need some kind of remake too. 3, 4, and 5 are excellent games, so wow, that's a really strong competition, man. But truthfully, even when it comes to mainline series, comparing both, I still prefer Shin Megami Tensei. So there you go. I'm a bigger SMT fan. How many JRPGs have you finished approximately? Ooh, I think I made a video about that a long time ago, about 6 years ago, probably. And I think my count there, 6 years ago, my count there was like less than 200, was like 100 and something. Okay, so 6 years later, maybe I've doubled that amount. I don't know, out of my ass, I will say about 300 maybe, 350. I haven't counted them in such a long time. I kind of want to, I want to, but I don't know the exact amount. It could be 400, 500, or maybe just 250. It's probably more than 300. I guarantee that. More than 300 RPGs. But I don't know how many. That's a good question, you know. It would be interesting to see how many JRPGs I finished. But one thing is how many JRPGs have I finished, and another one is how many RPGs, like Western and Indies included. Sure, I haven't beaten that many, but I can guarantee I've beaten at least Western, maybe just 5 or 6, and Indie, at the very least 20, maybe 20, yeah, or maybe not. Then again, maybe not. But around that number. Right, so not too many, but JRPGs, yeah, a crap ton of them, including some fan-translated JRPGs. So, yeah, I think I've probably finished between, I'm guessing between 300 or 400, maybe more. But, yeah, 300 at the very, very, very least in my whole life. What's my definition of a JRPG? I've talked about that a million times. And yes, I think Astral Chain counts as one. It's an action RPG. Fire Emblem and Valkyria are strategy RPGs. But you do role-playing them a lot. And there's a lot of characteristics from your average role-playing game. So yeah, I do consider them as RPGs. But right now, if we start talking about what's an RPG, what's the definition of an RPG, we're never gonna end. This is gonna be an endless discussion. Well, what's a JRPG? In my opinion, that's a Japanese game. That's something that was made by a Japanese team, or mostly by Japanese developers in Japan or anywhere else, but mostly by Japanese people. I mean, the most important things about the game, like the direction, the writing, the script, obviously the programming, the game design. If most of the important stuff is done by a Japanese studio or Japanese people, I think it's a JRPG. That's my definition, you know. I'm just going by the book here, really. Yeah, everybody's got a different definition nowadays of a JRPG, of a role-playing game. Everything's an RPG nowadays, everything. Even freaking Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, sports games, everything has RPG elements nowadays. Everything. Oh yeah, thanks me. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, most of you probably know already, but in case you didn't know, my channel in Spanish, Discusión Gamer, is back. After a year and a half of complete inactivity and abandonment and forgetfulness, it's back. Oscar and I had a conversation, we talked about it, and we were like, you know, if we are going to revive this channel, Oscar, you're gonna have to commit. And he committed, and we recorded a few videos in one sitting. So yeah, it's back, guys. It's a channel that I have. For those who don't know, it's a channel I have with my buddy Oscar, and we talk about a wide variety of topics. It's mostly just discussions. We've done a lot of top 10s, top 10 hidden gems on almost every single console. Some of them have 2, 3, 4 parts. And we've also done a lot of interesting topics. But yeah, it's mostly a discussion channel where we discuss controversies or general topics about collecting or gaming or retro games or stuff like that, or modern stuff or news, something that's been happening. Anyway, so yeah, subscribe to Discusión Gamer if you know Spanish, and if you want to check out my channel with Oscar, it's there. Check it out, it's back. Oh yeah.